Hello, students. Welcome to the session. I'm very excited about what we are going to talk in the next half an hour. I know you have been waiting for the biggest announcement and you are very curious about what we are going to talk about today. Okay. Generally on Sundays, you listen to podcasts, workshops, learn something new, and feel happy, right? So, Sundays are happy days for us. And this Sunday, to make you happy and also to make you proud, we are going to make this special announcement only for academy students. Okay, so without any further delay, let's get started with the session. So let me start with saying good things come to those who wait. Okay, I know you are familiar with this quotation. So, what this means is stay till the end of the session and you will get to know something very important and useful for academy students. Okay, so to understand that, you have to listen to the entire session to get the context. So, it's going to be quick. Let's jump into the topic. Okay, so, first of all, what we are going to do today is to announce the next biggest, and it is the most awaited change that we are going to see in the Indian education ecosystem. Okay, so to understand this, let me talk briefly about something. Okay, so you are familiar with all these people, right? So most of you will follow them, will listen to their talks, might have read books about them. So most of them might be your inspirations, role models. Okay. So what is something common for them? They are all forward thinkers and they are all disruptive innovators. So what do I mean by this? Generally, we see a lot of changes in our everyday life. So there are a lot of people, hardworking people, smart, talented people who are trying to build things which is going to improve our daily life or which is going to improve our experience of how we generally live, right? But most of them are marginal or incremental improvements. But there will be few moments in our life which will not be forgotten. Okay, there will be few moments in our life where we experience transformative innovations. So what do I mean by transformative? After that moment you will feel like before after kind of feeling. So before the transformative moment everything will be different, and after that everything will be different. To give you an example, if you take Tesla, so there are a lot of cars, there are a lot of companies who unveiled cars, who made a lot of improvements in the cars, not just now. From last 150 years, a lot of companies are trying to build cars and a lot of innovations happen there. But how Tesla is important? Same case with iPhone. So a lot of companies built mobile phones before iPhone and also after iPhone. But why iPhone is different? Why do we eagerly wait for the next iPhone launch? Why do we eagerly wait for the next announcement from all these top big companies or the innovators? Because once this innovation happens, everything will be different. Once Tesla is into picture, all the companies changed their course of action. Everybody started thinking about cars in a completely different way. Once iPhone is launched, everybody started thinking about mobile phones in a completely different way. This is called a disruption, and people who do this are called disruptive innovators. So these kind of disruptive innovators are very much important for the progress of any country. So these kind of disruptive innovators are very much important for any country. So we have committed ourselves to build an army of 500 plus disruptive innovators from India. So just imagine 500 plus disruptive innovators from India working on Indian problems, creating transformational solutions. All this is going to change the way world is going to perceive India. By now, the world has already realized that India is the go-to place for tech talent. So Indians are the best tech talent, and almost 50% of the top tech companies have Indian CEOs. That definitely shows our strength in technology. But that is not sufficient. We should not stop there. We should be building great products, disruptive innovations to solve Indian problems. And if we are doing on a continuous basis, and if just imagine 500 plus people working on Indian problems to bring disruptive solutions, the face of India is going to change across the world. Everybody is going to look at India as number one when it comes to innovation, right? So this is the vision we have, and this is something we aim to achieve. Okay, this is something which we aim to build and which we are very passionate. And to do this, we are launching our next initiative called Next Wave Institute of Advanced Technologies. So presenting to you all the academy students. So Next Wave Institute of Academy Technologies, and we mention it in a short form of NIAT. Next Wave Institute of Advanced Technologies. So what is this? NIAT, through NIAT, we aim to build the best institute in India when it comes to computer science education. So we aim to build the best institute of India in computer science education. Okay. So this is a 4-year program. This is completely on-campus program. So what do I mean by on-campus? Students will be actually studying in a campus in an offline mode. So we get to nurture them, to work with them, to train them, to create an exposure for them on a daily basis for all 4 years. Okay. So this is the new announcement, and this is NIT for you. Okay. So I mentioned something that how Tesla is important and also how iPhone is important. So why are they disruptive innovations? There's a reason for it. For example, if you take Tesla, why is it called a disruptive innovation? Because every aspect of car is thought in a new way. Every aspect of car is completely re-engineered from fundamentals. The way the door handle should look, the way the seating should be, and also the way tire pressure monitoring system should be, the way the infotainment system is, the way how the driving happens, the way user interacts with the car, all these things, every small aspect of a car has been thought from scratch and completely re-engineered. Same applies for iPhone also. So that's why they are called disruptive innovations. And we aim to bring same kind of disruptive innovation in Indian education system. And to do that, we are re-engineering every aspect of education. What do I mean by this? Re-engineering every aspect of education. The way students are going to learn, how they are going to build new things, whom they are going to be comparing with, the way they are trying to learn new things, and also who are going to teach, where are they going to sit, where are going to learn from, what kind of atmosphere they are surrounded with, what are the kind of exposure, what is the kind of exposure that they are going to get, and what is the curriculum. Every small aspect is going to be completely re-engineered from scratch. Okay, so let me walk you through in detail. Let me tell you some very important aspects of NIT. To start with, I want to tell you about how the campus will look like. Okay, for example, all the classrooms in NIT, Next Wave Institute of Advanced Technology, are new age classrooms. They just look like any of the top tech companies. If you have been to any of the tech companies, if you see how the office space is, these NIT classrooms are going to be on par with them, if not even better than most of them. Okay, that's the reason why top companies invest so much in their workplaces, because the kind of colors they use, the kind of material they use, the kind of ambience they create is going to foster your mindset, is going to foster your clarity in thinking when you are in that space. You will be able to focus better, you will be able to be more innovative. So that's why companies invest a lot of money in creating better infrastructure. So to do this, we are creating the best in the class new age classrooms and also campus for NIT students. Okay, and to do this, we have partnered with one of the best design house in the world. So that design house has already built campuses. They have built office spaces for top companies like Google, Amazon, Intel, Qualcomm, and many more. So they have a name for themselves in the industry, and they are known for creating atmosphere. They're known for creating a ecosystem where innovation can be flourished. An open mindset and out of the box thinking can be cultivated, okay, from this kind of ecosystem. So every small detail they are going to thoroughly think through and design in such a way that all these NIAT students are having a great time, and at the same time they are being very productive. Okay, so to give you a glimpse of how the campus looks like, so here are some images. Okay, so there is a lot of thought that have been put through by these top design firms. Those design firms, the top designers, have worked on what kind of colors to use, what kind of lighting system should be there, should it be warm lighting or should it be uh, white lighting, and also what kind of mattress, what kind of flooring should happen, what kind of seating system should be there, so that open conversations can happen outside the classroom also. So what type of quotations or what type of wall art should be there, what should we be communicating all the time when they are in the campus. Okay, so and also when it comes to classrooms, how the seating should be and how the instructor should teach. And you don't believe, these students, they are present in the classrooms. Okay, they are, so you won't believe this, these students are going to learn all these newest technologies in the classroom. And also just beside the classrooms, they'll be working with developers. Okay, they will be working with developers to get their completely hands-on experience and start building products and projects very early in the program. Okay, so that's the kind of atmosphere we are creating here. There will be a 5.2 lab where the best in class technologies will be put in forth in the form of a 5.0 lab. So there will be 3D so there will be 3D printers. Okay, there will be humanoid or robotic arms. So there will be mind wave controlled robotics. Okay, so there will be a lot of advanced stuff, AR, VR headsets, MR headsets. So the students will get a first hand experience of what are the innovations that are happening across the world. So they get to work with them, work hands on with them, and then and not only experience them, but also build products like them. Okay, so that's the kind of campus we are designing for NIAT students. And also, as the second aspect, I should tell you where this campus is located and what kind of surroundings are there for this campus. Okay, the NIAT campus is surrounded by all the big tech firms like Amazon, Google, Apple. So all these big tech firms are just walkable distance from our NIAT campus. Okay, so all these companies, for example, most of these companies which I'm showing you, Microsoft, Apple, so they have their second biggest campus outside of US headquarters in India, and that too in Hyderabad. Okay, so their best of the best talent are going to be working from these campuses. Lot of innovations and product developments are continuously happening on a daily basis from these campuses. Okay, so you can believe the quality of software developers, product managers, engineers who are working in these companies. So when NIAT campus is located right in the middle of this particular ecosystem, just imagine the energy, the vibrancy, or the kind of atmosphere that they are surrounded with. Okay, the kind of thought that they get flourished with. Okay, the kind of access they have to all these particular places. Okay, so if you just imagine that, then you will be able to understand what we are talking about. Okay, so and also to give you a glimpse, so all these campuses, Microsoft, Amazon, they're just 5 minutes away. Apple is 7 minutes away. Broadcom is 2 minutes away. Google is just 7 minutes away from the NIAT campus. So when we are talking about institute, we are not locating it in the outside of city or in a remote place. We are locating it, and it is located in the middle of the best tech talent in Hyderabad. Okay, so let me also show you a glimpse of how the campus is located. Okay, so let me play a small drone video so that you will get an idea of how the campus looks like from outside. Okay, so let's see a video. So you understood that how this campus is surrounded by tech giants. Okay. So not only it is very strategically placed, but it is surrounded by top tech talent, and also the kind of classrooms we have, the kind of atmosphere that will be there in the campus will be totally different. You should just see to understand it. Okay. So moving on. So when we have access to all these companies, and you know how many engineers, how many product managers are talking to you on a regular basis. Okay. How top company CEOs, CTOs are sharing you their insights. Okay. How the engineering managers, data analysts, AIML engineers are talking to you, sharing you the best practices on how to enter this industry. Just imagine this happening in a offline mode. So an engineer from Google walking into the campus and interacting with the students. A developer from Amazon walking into the campus and explaining how to code better. An engineering manager in a top tech firm walking into the campus and interacting with the students on what are some best practices they have to follow. Okay, so just imagine happening all these things happening on a regular basis. How will be the atmosphere? Okay, so that is the kind of ecosystem that we are creating for NIAT students. Okay, and I should tell you, most of the software engineers that we have already interacted, that too from top companies, are recommending this as the number one choice for multiple reasons. Okay, for the kind of ecosystem that we are creating, for the kind of curriculum that we are developed, for the kind of vision that we have. Okay, based on the results they have already seen. So already many of the Next Wave alumni got placed in hundreds of companies. Okay, so they have created a great name for Next Wave already. So companies, when it comes to Next Wave, they know that it is a place to go for top tech talent. Okay, and NIAT is going to make that name even better. So even industry is very, very excited, since they know the kind of transformation that we can bring in students in a span of 8 months, 10 months, 2 years, 4 years, that too with remote online programs. So when we are talking about in-campus training, that too in the middle of technology hub, when we are doing it, they are very excited on the kind of outcome. Okay, they are very excited to meet the students and also the kind of outcome that can be arrived because of this initiative. Okay, so the curriculum is also co-created by these top industry experts. Okay, so every aspect of a curriculum is also designed keeping practical exposure in mind. Over the 4 years, they are going to learn to build real life applications, use the 5.0 technologies. They have access to latest tools and gadgets. Okay, in the 5.0 lab, they have access to the top mentors. They're going to participate in international competitions. They're going to present their work in lot of places, lot of conferences, and also on a daily basis, they are going to understand what are the advancements in technology, what are the advancements in technology, and they're going to utilize it to solve path-breaking problems. Okay, so not only classroom. Okay, all this happens in classroom, and beyond classroom also a lot of things will happen. They involve in projects, peer-to-peer activities, co-curricular activities. Okay, there will be a lot of happenings in the campus itself. Okay, like hackathons, workshops, and all. So they participate in tournaments and challenges together, and we are making a situation where they enjoy learning on a continuous basis, on an everyday basis. Okay, so not only learning and not only knowledge. So physical health, mental health is also very important. So equal importance will be given to sports and mental wellness also. So all the NIAT students will have access to best sports facilities. Okay, they will have access to all the games and also physical mental wellness. Okay, so equal importance will be given, and all the curriculum or the schedule that have to be followed by NIAT students are being designed by experts in that particular field. Okay, so as I mentioned, every small detail has been thoroughly thought and completely re-engineered from scratch. Okay, so together combined with this real world applications, mentorship from top people, and also the kind of campus that they live in, and the kind of master classes that happen to them. So together, will all these micro changes together will create a disruptive thing when it comes to experiencing or learning education or learning technology, to be specific. Okay, so I should tell you something. So generally, you see that students who are passed out from IITs or Ivy League colleges like Stanford and Harvard are tend to be more successful when we see around, when we look at examples. So what do you think is the major reason for it? So there are many reasons, but the fundamental thing that is common for all these campuses is they create a great ecosystem. Okay, they create a great ecosystem. So through making all these small changes, by making all these small changes in where they are staying, how they are learning, who they are being talking to, who they are talking to, who are they teaching, okay, what kind of competitions they are participating in, all this together is called an ecosystem. And with this ecosystem, they are going to flourish like anything. They're going to flourish like anything. Okay. So we are very confident that all these changes are creating a major change, and we're calling it education 5.0. And this is kind of a movement that we are taking it to. This is kind of a movement that we are doing in education itself. So we are confident that all this together is going to be very, very path breaking in terms of how education is being taught and experienced. So this is going to start a new movement itself, where a lot of disruptive innovators come from this kind of ecosystem, and on a continuous basis they're working on things that are much required for the country. Okay, so every next wave student should celebrate NIAT, because already companies understood that next wave is a place for tech talent. Okay, and NIAT is going to make this name 10 times better, or even 100 times better. So we are going to become hub for great talent on a global scale. All the companies are going to look at us to hire the best of the people, or to work with the students here on building great technologies. Okay, this is going to increase the brand value of NextWave even better when it comes to companies. Okay, so automatically there will be many opportunities that are going to get created. The kind of opportunities are there now, it is going to just increase like anything. Okay, and it is going to benefit every NextWave student. Okay, every NextWave student, and also academy student specifically. Okay, so there will be definitely better opportunities for you, because NIT is going to build the brand value for you. Okay, so till now you have understood what NIT is, what NIT can do, okay, the potential of this particular initiative. And we are very, very excited about this powerful flagship initiative that is coming from NextWave. Okay, so everybody at NextWave is completely psyched, and also they are very much looking forward for the coming months and how NIT is going to unfold itself. Okay, so I hope you are also excited in the same way. Okay, but we should also think about something. So just before 2 years or 1 year when you have joined this program, so just remember how your thought process were. Okay, by the time you completed your 12th, by the time you completed your intermediate, okay, you were thinking how to build my career, how to improve my skills, how will I be able to relevant in the current market. You have researched, you have thought through, and you took a very important decision to join Next Wave. That shows that you are forward thinker yourself. That shows that you are serious about your career. That shows that you want to grow in your life, that you want to build a great life and career in technology for yourself, right? So you are a living example for this. Compared to 2 years back, or 1 year back, or 3 years back, you are now in a much better position to guide others. You are in much better position to motivate others. Okay, to help them take a decision. So now that you have gone through this journey, and your peers, okay, your friends, your classmates, or your cousins, or your siblings, eh, most of them, I think, I'm sure that they are reaching out to you to ask a suggestion about what should we do after 12th. Now that you know about NIAT and you are a next wave student, you have a special reveal, or you have a special surprise, okay, which I'm going to talk now. Okay, so you can recommend students to NIAT. So for this NIAT, Next Wave Institute of Advanced Technologies, you can recommend students who completed their 12th or intermediate, okay, as an academy student. As an academy student, we have that opportunity. So we are very selective. We want to take people who are really passionate, definitely get a priority. As an academy student, we have that opportunity. So we are very selective. We want to take people who are really passionate, who want to grow big in their career, who want to transform their life. Okay. So we are very choosy when it comes to whom we are going to admit in NIAT. There will be a limited number of seats in NIAT. And as an academy student, the candidates who are being referred by you will definitely get a priority. Okay. So your recommendation will definitely get a priority. So that we will definitely ensure. I'll tell you two reasons for it. Number one, if you generally take any corporate company, be it Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, Netflix, anything, any corporate company, so there will be a policy called referral. Okay. So when there is an empty position in their team or in the company, any employee can refer a candidate for that position. Okay. And you don't believe companies take that referral very, very seriously. So instead of hiring for a new candidate scouting out in the public market, so if some referral comes from existing employee, they take it very seriously because studies shows that research shows that employees who joined through referral seems to be working even more productive, seems to be becoming more successful in the company. It happens for a reason because the existing employees, they already know the culture of the company, they already know the type of work they are doing, they are already aware of how the company works and how the vision of the company is. So they will be in a better way to recommend others, and company will trust their judgment and takes it as a priority. The same thing happens at Ivy League colleges also. So if you apply for a Harvard or Stanford college, so if you directly apply for it, or if someone else get a recommendation, if two candidates are applying, one of them gets a recommendation from one of the college alumni. So if I'm a college alumni, if I recommend one candidate, that candidate will get a priority. Okay. So that's how we are also creating priority for your recommendation. And since you are investing your time and you are talking about NIAT with your peers, siblings, or whoever it is, and since you are suggesting or recommending NIAT, who you can recommend? So you can recommend anyone who have completed 12th or intermediate. So I have to tell you one important thing. So when you are recommending candidates, you should not keep any filters. Okay. So if you see someone who is around you, I'm sure that you will just know their marks in intermediate, but you won't know the exact talent or passion that are inside them. Okay. Leave the judgment to us. So you might be thinking that they have got 60% marks only, 70% marks only, or they are weak in chemistry, or they're weak in physics. That's why they are unable to crack the IEEE exam or IIT exam or MCET exam. Okay. So you should not judge those students by the marks, okay, or by the temporary performance. There is a raw hidden talent in many students. Okay. So I'll give you an example. So towards my left, there is an image, and towards my right, there is an image. So the left one is in a showroom. Okay. So you can see that it is very neatly carved. Okay. It has a lot of details in it. And the right one just looks like a stone on the road or stone in a mountain. So by immediately looking at it, which one do you think is the most valuable? Okay. Obviously, everybody, okay, if 100%, not even 99%, 100% of you think that the left one is the most valuable thing. But trust me, the right one, which looks like a stone here, is 10,000 times, if not 1 lakh times more valuable than the left one. Because the left side one is a stone carving and the right side one is a raw unpolished diamond. Okay. So by just looking at someone, you won't be able to tell if they have talent or not, if they have passion or not. Leave it to us. Okay. We have a peculiar test which is designed in an innovative, out of the box way to estimate the capabilities of a candidate. So you just recommend them to them, you just recommend the students to us, and we will decide if they are suited for NIAT or not. We will have the assessment. Okay, we will try to understand them. Okay, and we will tell them if they are suited or not. So we are also very choosy in terms of whom to admit, but you don't keep any filters. Okay, you don't judge anybody by their intermediate marks or their capability or their interest. Okay, so if you understood about NIAT, okay, I am sure you are also very excited, and as an academy student, you have a great advantage of recommending someone and also getting benefited from it. Okay, so